welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anga, and if you're new here, thank you for checking this video out. If you are a returning subscriber, it's been a year and a half since I posted, but thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the process of applying for an undergrad degree at the University of Witwatersrand. And you can see the link in the description below that will take you directly to the 2023 prospectus. So I'm just going to download that so that I can view it. It's about 156 pages. Obviously, you will be having an idea of what you want to study and what subject you're doing before looking at this. But I do advise that if you've never been in university or don't have experience on what you think you want to do, clueless, to go through the prospectus thoroughly. The key thing is you can see if it's admission point system, which is the APS right here. So 0 to 29 and 30 to 39 receives 0 points. And then you have 40 to 49 receiving 3 points, level 4 receiving 4 points, level 5 receiving 5 points, level 6 receiving 6 points, level 7, which is 80 to 89, receiving 7 points, and anything 90 to 100 receiving 8 points. So that's how you calculate your APS. I would say the first step you want to do is look at your grade 11 APS and calculate it so that you can have an idea of what your APS is right now. Again, grade level is only a benchmark that universities use. What really matters is your final results in matric, but do it using grade level to have an idea. Another thing to note at WITS, I'm not sure if they still do this. They do still do this, right? They will add 2 points for English and maths. Make sure that for English and your maths, you add an extra 2 points for that APS score. And remember, life orientation is scored differently, with 1 point being awarded for level 5, 2 points for level 6, 3 points for level 7, and 8 points for level 8. So if you go to the next page, which is page 10, you have your NBT test results information. Now you can read through that. Every faculty is different, but if you want to find yourself in science or humanities, for some courses that are stipulated in the prospectus, it will be clear what courses use NBT. But to be safe, just write your NBT, make sure you get a good grade, you'll be fine. So the benchmark performance level is you want to land on proficiency. Start there. So it's 3 level, which is basic, intermediate, and proficient. So you want to land at level 3. Level 1, which is basic, is when you get between 0 and 34 for academic literacy, 0 and 39 for quantitative literacy, and then 0 to 39 for math. Then where you want to be is between 69 and 100 for academic literacy, 70 to 100 for quantitative literacy, and 69 to 100 for math. Now, if you fail to be at that level, I would say at the very minimum, be on the top level of your intermediate, right? Try to score above 60 for everything. I think that's a good minimum to put for yourself. So make sure you understand clearly what the requirements for MBT results and when your MBT results should be received, meaning when you should be writing it, especially for the people applying for health sciences. It is especially crucial that you guys write your MBT as soon as possible. What you want to do at this step is, if you do not know your ID number by memory, you want to have it written down somewhere. So what you're going to choose here is you're going to choose, I don't have an account yet, and therefore create a temporary ID. If you click on that, create a temporary ID, it will get your national ID, so your country of birth, your ID number, and then you'll get your application details, maybe your name, surname, date of birth, gender, email, your phone number. Now, what is extremely crucial at this stage is that you use an email address that is actually functional and that you have access to it. So make sure you remember the password. If not, rather just create a new Gmail that you can use for all your applications. But the key thing that email will contain is you will need to verify your login, and it will have information, so a link for you to verify your Gmail or any email that you're using, and then it will have a temporary access ID with a password. Vits password follows the same structure, which is the first 6 numbers of your ID. If you're a South African citizen, which even if you're not, it's the same structure. First 6 numbers of your ID. So that's the information you want to make sure you keep and you do not delete that email. So now I'm going to go ahead and log in with the application that I have. So I'll just go back. So I'm going to choose an action. So you have an option for continue existing or beginning your application. I have started this application before, so I'll say continue, same application. But again, if you haven't started it, you choose a new one. So just click on it and say continue in progress. So if you're beginning a new application, it will give you an option for the year. If you do it undergrad, in this case, you will get 2023 January as the intake, and then you can start your process there. What will happen once you get to the interface, you will see a welcome, personal details, study choices, addresses, contact details, demographic details, next of kin, emergencies, secondary, tertiary, payment document, and all of that. So we are now going to go through all of that process. So now if you click on welcome, you will get a welcome page that has that information, and it does instruct you to put 30 minutes aside for this application, which is roughly how much you will need. After reading all of that, you will hear information about how you can pay for your application fee and how to make sure that you've submitted your application in order for it to be considered complete and therefore reviewed by the relevant people. So the next thing we'll do is to go into your personal details. Make sure you now put in everything that is under your personal details. That means your title, your name, gender, your ID will be automatically put, and then you want to go to the next part, which in this case the next part is your study choices. So if you click on the academic program, if you click here, you will have all these different undergrad degrees that are offered at Wits, and you will have an academic plan, and then you have an academic program and a plan, and then you have whether you want to do that part-time or full-time. Most degrees obviously are offered full-time, and then the year of study. And then you will have an option for program 1, program 2, and program 3. I think you should absolutely optimize on this. Make sure you fill in all those 3 options. Make sure you diversify according to what your APS score was. So the next step that I'm going to go ahead and do now is the address. So I've gone ahead and put that. In this case, make sure you put your domicilian address, where your legal notices would typically be put. I would always suggest using your parents' email address for this. I mean, your parents' physical address for this. Then your residential address, again, depending where you reside. Again, I would say make sure you put your parents, because it's a more permanent address if you're 18. And then you want to put in your postal address. Once you've put in that, you want to now go into your contact details. Obviously there's the email. Make sure you have your mobile phone in there, and then you want to go to your demographic details. So your marital status, population group, home language, religious affiliation, disability, if any. Again, Wits has such a great place for people with disability. So if you have any kind of disability, do not shy away from disclosing this. The disability unit at Wits is very useful, and they will take you through all the guidance that you need, from navigating the campus if you need that kind of help, to all the sort of help that you would need, adjusting your papers according to your need, writing time depending exactly what your disability is. So do not shy away from disclosing that. It will not negatively impact your application. Your next of kin. So here I'm going to start here. In this case, I'm going to be using the parents of, this is my cousin's application, so I'm going to be using my aunt's information as the emergency. So I'm going to go ahead, I would say next of kin, make it your parents, because obviously that's, you know, hopefully that's where you would, that's the person who would care the most about what's happening to you, right? So we have mother. What happened to mother? Munder, madam. Okay, I don't know my aunt's stuff by head, so I just need to quickly go onto WhatsApp, look for her. and then put in the details that I need. Okay, there we go. Email address, that is emergency contact details. So that is, I'm just gonna put it as next of kin, so I don't have to refill that. If you feel that that will be a different person for you, you can go ahead and do the same thing. So now I'm going to go to number 11, which is your current activity, or activities rather. So main activity for this year, currently upgrading gap year school. So obviously I'll choose school because he's in metric. At some sport, he plays soccer. School level, I think, because I don't think they have a club. So do that. And then the next thing is secondary education. So obviously now we're almost done with this application, so we need to fill in the details for secondary education. So in this case, you would choose whether you went to secondary school in South Africa or international. And then obviously we'll give you equivalent. So currently in grade 12, and then so I need to select the school. In order to do that, in my case, I will need to quickly go to my schools. I got the school. Authorizing body is in Cape. Examination year, that will be 2022. Examination number, I don't think he has that yet, so I'll just leave it there. So grade 11 finals, grade 12 subjects. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in that. So I filled in all the subjects from grade 12, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the final grade 11 subjects. So here, same subjects. So you just go ahead and fill in all the subjects, and once you're done with that, you would then go ahead and put your mark. Okay, I've gone ahead and plugged in all the results. So once you have all your results, you want to say next. So then the next tab is going to be tertiary education. In this case, he doesn't, I mean, he's in metric, so he does not have any of that. So the answer will be no if it's somewhere. So I'll just say next. Payment. So the payment, the registration, the application fee to University of Food Restaurant is 100 rands, and it has to be paid to the following. Yeah, we'll say card payment. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Vitz's made this so easy. I'm gonna go ahead and make the payment right here. This is great. So I'm gonna switch off this and make the payment. I'm coming. Okay, I just completed the payment for university for Wits. So you can do this payment using, you can say pay later, say EFT, you can say card. The card failed for some awkward reasons, so I just went on and did the EFT. So now I'm gonna say validate my application. I should say first, but it will automatically save. Should automatically save. Application is valid, no errors were found. So you can go ahead and say okay. And then from there it will say documents. So I will go ahead and go to documents. And then under documents, it requires application fee and grade 11 results. Okay, we are back. So right now I am going to go ahead and upload proof of payment from my device. Choose, so there it is. I've saved it there. Upload, complete, done. And then I'm gonna go ahead to upload grade 11 results. Upload, complete, done. Yes, so I've uploaded the two documents, which was the proof of payment, grade 11 results. So now I'm gonna go ahead and say validate. Let's see again if I've not missed anything, but I shouldn't have missed anything. But you know, you just do it just so you're 100% sure. I'm saying next. So the next is submitting. And I'm gonna click submit, and you will be done. And then I can write down, say this, done, check. Okay, it's loading, but it should be done in a second. So now this will take you to the very last process, which is now you have a person number because you've actually applied. Make sure you remember this, but again, you will always have it on your email, so you can just write it down if you want. So because I want to apply for residence, I'm going to go ahead and apply for residence. So I'm say apply here, option, new application for residence, continue. Because it's going to be doing first year, I think catered male resident is your double room. So the application is quite easy. You choose the residence you're interested in, you agree to their terms, and then you choose how you're going to be financing that. Then it should be done from there. You should be able to submit, and that basically ends your application process for university and residence adverts. Yay! Yep. And now what you can see is the interface, which now from now on till you are a student, hopefully this is what you're going to be using, as we call it, self-service. So this is where you will see everything. What I can do here is I go under admissions, and then you can see your application. So here's your applications, not updated there, so it says it's all under consideration. And then once you get an offer, you'll see it there. And then stuff like residence, you can go there and check what's happening with the residence. In this case, I'll say status of application, that should be under consideration. This then ends the process of applying adverts, and I hope you guys have applied. I hope to see you on campus next year. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful. Otherwise, if you guys want to see more videos about applying to different institutes, you can check out my channel. It has more videos like that. If not, they're still coming. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below what exactly did you like that I included, and what is the question that you have that I didn't necessarily address in this video. Thank you so much. Bye. Hey, you. Why are you leaving without subscribing? Subscribe to your life journey with Anga. For more content, make sure you are notified every time by